Now that we've got that out, this ratchet should come right off. And the crank should come out. Now, do you want me to pull the head and take a look at it in the car, or do you want to wait until we get it on the stand? Throw a comment down the bottom. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your host, the most famous YouTuber in the world that no one has ever heard of. Alright, good morning everybody. We are back. Afternoon, whatever it is when you're watching this. It's morning here. I got the okay to go ahead start taking this thing apart. He's opted to rebuild it again, which I think is the right decision because we have some clear issues here. So I think the first thing we need to do is disconnect the battery, which I've done. Remove the battery cable. And now we're going to start tearing it down. I think we're going to take a look at this horn when it's off too, because that's a pretty cool little accessory from way back. This car is really highly accessorized. It's got all kinds of good little gems on it. I think I need a smaller screwdriver. There we go. Let's take a quick photograph here. This one went on here. The switch was between this post and the ground, which is weird. We'll tuck those wires up. Keep them out of the way. I don't think we're going to have to take the oil can off. I am going to have to take the steering column out. So, yay. Next up, we're going to take off this accessory. Okay, we're going to have to take off the tube because it goes to the intake. So we'll take this off. This is an outside oiler. Ampco. Outside top oiler accessory. This was to oil the valves. Just to inject a little bit of oil into the valve train, into the intake. And that is a vibration loop right there. That keeps it from cracking. At least in theory it keeps it from cracking. Let's give this a little wipe off. When we get to the point putting this back together again, I'd really prefer everything's clean. So we do a little wipey right now and make things easier on us later. Okay, next I'm going to pull ignition parts out. I think we're going to be ordering new wires. I think. Might as well, brand new engine. Might as well have brand new wires. Get these out of the way. Distributor cap, distributor wires. Let's take that out, throw that in the back seat. I did put a towel down in the back seat, so don't get all freaking out. As you can see from the condition of the car, I don't think he cares much if it gets a little greasy here and there. I may have to take this coil out. Probably should. Okay, red to negative, blue to positive. That's not weird at all. Get that out of the way. And I lost a washer. We're off to a start. Again, I want to just get the grease off this as best I can. Might as well make it pretty. If we make it clean, it's a much more pleasant experience to put it back together again. I think I am going to have to take this off. I'm looking at it, and being glass, I think I should probably take that off. So let's take that off next. Yep. I didn't think that was going to come loose. It is the 9th, 10th of October, November. I don't know. I do know it's 35 degrees out. I've got that stove going. I'm about ready to peel off the sweatshirt. Because it's getting warm in here. I've got the stove going. The wood stove going. Oh, that's different. The things you don't remember you did. That is so weird. What's next? Alright, I think the next thing to do, probably going to be smart if we take the radiator off, and there's 2 bolts. One down here. And one down here. So I'll remove those 2 and then we'll go to the back side. And of course everything's turning. I'm going to take a big screwdriver, I'm going to shove it down inside the frame and see if I can break this nut free. Got one. There's 2. Now if we come over to the side, you should be able to see there are 2 bolts here and 2 bolts here. We're going to take those out and we're going to wiggle this out with the tubes and everything still on them. The other thing we need to do before we can free it up, we've got this rod. There's a nut on this end. I'm going to spritz some stuff in that. Nope. Yep, maybe. Grief. There we go. I don't know what kind of a nut that is, but sure is crabby. Now for the rest of the rod, we're going to throw some vice grips on. Okay. Okay. That wasn't anything breaking, it was just popping the last thread. Now these nuts are going to be 5/16. I mean, sorry, 5/8. There's one. There's 2. They're also holding the horn on. gotta make the audio better. I don't know what you're stuck on. Stuck on something. Ugh, there we go. Now we might as well take the horn while we're here. Head bolt also 5/8. Crash! Okay. Now this should just pull away. This is pulled away already. This is pulled away. We're going to get a choke rod out. Okay, so now you can see we need to take off this rod right here, which goes to the front. So we just got to do a little bendy on that, and we'll get that out. There's a cotter pin on here. We're going to take that out. That'll go out the front. Or maybe it won't. Nope, it did. Came out on its own. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach through the firewall. Has those couplers all over it. Maybe I'll get it out. There we go. Okay, something's going on there. Okay, didn't want to come out that way. Came out the other way because I got it. Clean that all up, put that in the pile. So we've got things opened up a little bit. So we need to pull the pin on the crank. Like that. And we're going to need to tap this retaining pin out. Should come out real easy because it is greasy. It ain't easy being cheesy. Alright, there's that. Now that we've got that out, this ratchet should come right off. And the crank should come out, as well as the dustpan. I opted for the floor over the back seat on this one because it's open everywhere and it's still dripping on the floor. So we got to get the battery off the starter cable off the. Yeah, words are hard. This is also 5/8, but it's also copper, so it should release easy. That comes off. We'll tuck that out of the way as we pull the engine out because it's everywhere we want to be. We've still got to do the electrical over here, fuel in the back, and then the 4 bolts holding the torque tube on. But I think we're getting close. Oh, and those 2 bolts right there. Let's check out these horns. Let me get this place cleaned up a little bit, and we'll check out the horns. Okay, so I'm going to try and do something interesting at the end of each video. So we're not at the end yet, but we're getting close. This horn, for those that are interested, is a Schwartz.
And may the Schwartz be with you.
Model 12, 6 volt. Schwartz Electric Company, Adrian, Michigan. Look at that little beauty with its tiny... I've never seen another horn where it actually tapers down and gets smaller at the output. So that's kind of cool. That was, I think this is the one that was making them wah, wah, wah noise. In the video where I took this car for a driving lesson with the missus. On this one here, we have just a regular old burp horn that has seen better days. It's pretty rusty in there, and things are definitely loose inside. So let me know if you've made it this far. Let me know if I should take the head off now, or if I should just take it off on the stand. Because I can use the plug holes to pull this, or I can use the bolts. Doesn't matter to me. Cast your vote. Okay, I've got you pointed at the floor for a reason. You remember we had the bucket under there and we drained the radiator? Here's the bucket. What do you see? That's the drain on the radiator. I'm no expert on antifreeze, but I'm pretty sure, if I can get you any closer, that's not supposed to happen. So what do you think's wrong with our car? Looks like I'll be flushing the radiator. Hey, it won't rust, right? And thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one, but the next one's going to be tomorrow.